Hi everyone, I'm back and I am going to show you how to make this square tail boutique using my favourite tool, the Brilliant Hairbow Maker snap clip template. And if you ever use these to make your boutique bows and you love using them to make the boutiques, but you wanted something a bit different, but you liked how the boutique style looks, this is the perfect bow for you. And I've got the measurements for this in 1.5 inch ribbon and in 1.1 inch ribbon with the 7/8 inch template as well. And another thing is when I do the 1.1 inch ribbon, I will show you how to make this super cute scrunchy middle. Well, like it's definitely more scrunchy than my typical scrunchy middle, so like I said, look forward to that one when I get that sorted out for you. But that's what we're doing today, and I will put all the measurements in the description below because of my dyspraxia, dyslexia and dyscalculator are getting the best of me at the minute and keep telling you incorrect sizes, so I'll put that all in the description for you. So I'll mention it once, but like I said, don't worry if you miss it in the video, it's in the description below. So the long piece is 70, the centre piece is 30, and we're going to take our ruler, and on the 70 piece, longer piece, which is the main part of the bow colour, we're going to fold that at 10 centimetres. But all of that information will be in the description box, so don't worry about it. And then from where we folded it, work out your new centre and also heat crease a crease here, and then on your shorter piece there, and then we take that up. We want to heat crease the centre there. Okay, and a little trick for you is on the Brilliant Bow Makers, you only have these marks here as standard. All of the rest I have added, so I've taken my permanent marker Sharpie, thin one, and I have made these longer so they go to all my points, and I've also done one across the centre, because don't be when it comes to accessibility and using a tool for your own benefit, don't be afraid to add things that are going to help you and benefit you, and it rarely does, especially on tutorials like this where you're not using the template in a traditional manner. Now the first thing you want to do is you want to take your ribbon and you want to put this on the centre, and I'll show you a trick for making sure you've got your ribbon the right way off if you've got a pattern that is not either side pattern. So if you've got a standard pattern like this one, where it's one that only goes one way round, you want it facing opposite to the tail. So you'd want it, so when you're on the template, you want to fold it in like this, but I'll show you a way to check you've got it the right way towards the end of the tutorial. So this is the first step. Take this, make sure it's all centered where your crease is, and then we want to take our ribbon, normal middle bit of centre ribbon like this. We want to start with the tail side, and you want to bring up your tail until that first crease that we did is right on there, and this is where the longer bits help. And again, using this as a guide, clip everything in, bring it over, clip this side, and then again use it to make sure you've got everything the right way. Bring it round, clip it in, and then place it here. Now at this point, this is just a guide stitch, it's nothing major. We're just going to go right in the centre, and we're just going to put like an anchor stitch over this. Just hold everything in place while you're stitching and make any adjustments and things like that. And while we're here, I can see that that's not 100% heat sealed. So I'm just going to sort that out. There. So we're going to make sure that these are all still in our clips and that all of these are still in their clips. And then we want to bring these up with our lighter again. We are going to heat crease, pull it up and heat crease our centres. And then we want to pull these out of the way a little bit, because from whichever side is natural to yourself, we are going to take this over as normal. We're going to clip these into the centre and then just make sure your middle is lined up. And again, take this side over your template, exactly the same as you would with a classic tailed boutique. Bring it over, clip it into your pockets. And if you get anything like this, just give it a little push up, bring over, little wiggle across if you are slightly out of alignment, so that it's all where it should be. And this is what the back would look like at this point, and this is what the front will look like at this point. This is where your tail is. Sometimes your ribbon will twist. If that's the case, just push it so it's flattened back against template, and then it's coming up like this for you. Okay, so front of the template. And again, at this point, if you wanted to check, make sure your ribbon was the right way. If this was a pattern ribbon, this would be the point to check that it was the right way up, like this. And if it isn't, you can simply restart. Okay. Right, so our next step on this one, move that tail out of the way and pull these across, pop that in, pull this over, bring it across, pop it in your catches, and now we're ready to stitch. And as you can see, we've got the same amount of overlap on each side, which means that it's even and ready to go. And then you can take your needle and thread, and from underneath where your point is there, that's where we start. So that's in for one, in through your pattern for your first stitch, which brings you to the bottom of your pattern print ribbon here. And then I flip it over because it makes it easier for me to work out the stitching and make sure I've got even placement this side. So then I bring it in just slightly below where we did our anchor stitch. And then you want to go about the width of your nail, almost above it, above your thing, and then back through the top of your pattern ribbon. Make sure that you're going through all your layers on this side. Let's get my tangle undone there. There we go. And then turn it back over, and our last stitch is going up through that corner and over there. And this is what the front will look like, and this is what the back looks like. And as you can see, 1, 2, 3, and under here there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And to take this off the template, under here, clip off, clip off, clip off, clip off, unwiggle, unwiggle. And then we can take our template out of the way, and this is the front again, and this is the back. And as you can see, gives you your normal boutique look, tail boutique look. And if you wanted to try it without the tail, you do the exact same principle, only without the tail start point, and you only want 60 centimeters instead. And again, it's a really cute bow, as its own without the tail as well, so I'll show you that version shortly. We just want to wrap our middle as normal. And there is a freehand version on how to do this without the template. Just gives you a more rounded look, because this is a different thing as well, people don't realise. Depending on what your tool you use and how you overlap the back of a boutique bows, depends on whether or not you get the squared look or the rounded look. So if your back lines, like on the template, go almost completely over each other, you get the more squared structured shape on a boutique bow. If you do the bit where you do the lines to the corners, so like the side edges of the bow, you get the more rounded look. I like to do a nice curved tail. Don't forget to take your lighter in the clear blue bit of the flame, and that will heat seal this without burning it. Okay, and this is the look you get. It's so pretty look. And then I'm going to add a 50 millimeter I'm actually going to rescue the can of Pepsi Max that I just spilled all of my desk. Right, back to our normal activities there, sorry. This is what happens when I'm in my extra clumsy mode. I told you I was suffering more than normal with my learning challenges. That'll be the dyspraxia with the clumsiness. But I managed to mop all my Pepsi Max all up before it got over any of my ribbon or any of my other bows on my desk. You don't see the chaos the other side of the area. And then I have some 9mm black ribbon ready here. I'm going to wrap this round. And cut off that excess. I'd normally have this on my ribbon reel, so I don't normally waste this much little bits, but I tend to have little scraps of 9mm ribbon all over my crafting desk everywhere, a bit like glue strings really. And then I have got some 1-inch ribbon, and I'm going to make this a little bit shorter. I'm going to do about 8.5 centimetres, and from the back of your thumb make a nice S shape. And you use lighter in the blue clear bit of the flame. There we go. And again, against your thumb, make that S shape. Blue clear bit. You can use the edge of your metal lighter. There we go. And then on the flat side of the bit that you've just made, you want some glue. And then we bring that round the centre, clamp that down, and then twist that over and scrunch that up. And I could have gone a little bit shorter on that, so I'm going to cut a bit of that off so I haven't got any overhang. I'm just going to come up out the way so I don't burn my bow. There we go. And glue that side. So you probably could have got away with about 6.5 centimetres there. But I always like to do longer because it's easier to work with that. And there you go. Super, super cute square-tailed boutique on your Brilliant Bow Maker snap clip template. Like I said, it's another fun bow to do on this style if you've got the template and don't always know what to do with it. Like I said, it looks super cute with all the different styles. You can do the prints. Like I said, you can make the more classic version without the tail. Like I said, put everything in the description for you below. And that's how it looks. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.